Yes, this will show you how to navigate the South Carolina automobile system. You would do the quote from here. If it's a non-owner's, you would use this, but you can do the quote from here. Click on it. You agree with the statement, and then you put in a driver's license number. In my case here, I will use mine. Okay. Then you do a search. And you may get 3 or 4 or 5 here. You just select who's in the household and who is not. And then you order the MVR. You can do a quote in this system without that by just putting in, I don't know the driver's license number. But in this case here is the vehicle. Now what it does here is it requires you to print these reports. It prints the PDF. Okay, right there, and we'll just minimize that because we're not going to use it right now. Later on I'll show you how to attach. So then you come in here and you go next. Now here's your operators. The system should have pulled in all the operators. If there is another operator, you would just add another operator right here, or you can edit the operator. If you want to add a vehicle, you can go in here and add a vehicle. Add another vehicle or edit this vehicle. Here's your coverages. So let's say we want to go in and put some coverages on there. So let's go edit. Okay, and we'll just come down here and we'll give it 250 comp and 250 collision and $50 and $25 a day and you go back here and hit save. Okay, and you notice here. Okay, now it says it's missing information, so let's edit that. And it is a 2012 model. Okay, it is a Wrangler. Sorry, Sport, Wrangler Sport. And I think that's it. Save. Okay, that cleared all the errors. This is where you would do SR22. If you needed to file an SR22, you would simply edit. Here, edit operator. If you were wanting to just change the violations for some reason, you would go in here. Okay, let's go. Now this here would fill out for your agency. For our purposes, we'll ignore it for today. And just go in here, and here's the insured's contact information. This filled in from the driver's license. It's in Greenville County, and let's see here. We'll go. And the email address is always nice. And we're going to go to next. Okay, and this is a 6-month policy inception. We look and see, is this a renewal? Nope. Do they get a homeowner's? Yes. Proof of prior insurance? Yes. Days lapsed? 0. Okay, and now if you wanted to add these like a tenant policy or a accident and death, you could do it here. This is where you would do the med pay. You just click this button here to rate it. Okay, and here is your total premium. Here is if it's a 5-pay. Here's if it's a 4-pay. Here if it's paid in full. Here if it's premium financing. Okay. And if you selected one of these, let's say paid in full, then you would go click the button. And anyway, this is a summary of the quote here. Okay. Now, there was no multi-car, there was no renewal, and so your premium is a $648 for a paid in full. Now, if you want to check for underwriting violations, if you want to proceed with this quote, you would click here. And what this does is pulls data mainly to determine if this is a risky thing. Okay. Now, in this case here, it's moderate, 769, decile 2. You really don't need to know anything. All it is there's going to be a message here saying it's okay or it's not okay. In this one, it is not okay. So you'd have to contact the underwriter for binding authority. Now, I can tell you the reason this is coming up here for me is because I've used my own driver's license so many times to demonstrate the quote system that the system thinks I'm a scam artist. Okay, for the risk you run through, you should be fine. Okay, if this is gray or blue, then you just move on to the next step. Okay, but that concludes this process.